Imagine this. Right now, as you browse the internet, you think you're seeing everything it has to offer. Google, YouTube, Instagram, news websites, it all feels vast and endless. But here's the truth that might shock you. Everything you've ever seen online is just 4% of the entire internet. The other 96%? It exists in the shadows. It's a hidden world where drugs are sold like groceries, hackers rent out their skills like freelancers, and your personal data, your name, your bank details, your identity, is auctioned off to the highest bidder. No faces, no names, no consequences. Welcome to the dark web. And today, we're pulling back the curtain. To understand the dark web, think of the internet as an ocean, and what most of us see is just the surface. The surface web is everything you can find through a search engine. Google it and it appears. This is where you live your digital life. Social media, online shopping, news, entertainment. It's open, indexed, and accessible to everyone. The deep web sits just beneath the surface. This is content that search engines don't index. Your private email inbox, your online banking portal, medical records, university databases. It's not sinister, it's simply private. Most of us use the deep web every single day without realizing it. The dark web is an entirely different beast. It's a deliberately hidden part of the internet, not just private, but intentionally concealed. You can't access it with a regular browser. It requires special tools. And once you're inside, the rules that govern the normal internet simply don't apply. The gateway to the dark web is a special browser called Tor, short for the Onion Router. Here's how it works in simple terms. Instead of connecting you directly to a website, Tor bounces your connection through multiple servers located all over the world, like peeling back layers of an onion. Each layer hides your real identity and location, making it extremely difficult to trace who you are or where you're browsing from. Now, Tor itself is not illegal. In fact, it was originally developed by the U.S. Navy to protect government communications. Today, it serves a legitimate purpose for journalists in dangerous countries, whistleblowers exposing corruption, and political activists living under oppressive regimes. But anonymity is a double-edged sword. In the wrong hands, it becomes the perfect shield for criminal activity, and that's exactly where the dark web's dark side begins. Think Amazon, but for everything that's banned. On the dark web, entire marketplaces exist for selling illegal drugs, firearms, counterfeit money, and even forged passports. The most infamous example was Silk Road, a dark web marketplace that processed over $1 billion in illegal transactions before the FBI shut it down in 2013. Within weeks, copycat markets had already appeared in its place. Cybercrime as a service. Here's something chilling. You no longer need to be a hacker to launch a cyber attack. On the dark web, hacking is sold as a service. Want someone's email hacked? There's a listing for that. Want to cripple a company with ransomware, malicious software that locks all their files until a ransom is paid? You can rent that tool for a few $100s. Cybercrime has become disturbingly accessible. Identity theft and data breaches. Your personal data is currency on the dark web. After major corporate data breaches, millions of records, names, addresses, social security numbers, credit card details are packaged and sold in bulk. A stolen credit card can go for as little as $5. An entire stolen identity, perhaps $50. Someone could be using your information right now and you wouldn't know it. Financial fraud and scams. The dark web is a hub for money laundering, investment scams, and fake financial services. Criminals use cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin to move money invisibly across borders, washing it clean through complex chains of transactions before it surfaces in the legitimate economy. You might be thinking, I've never been near the dark web. Why should I care? because the dark web reaches out into the real world in very tangible ways. Hospitals have had their entire patient databases encrypted by ransomware, forcing doctors to cancel surgeries and operate without critical records. In 2021, Ireland's National Health Service suffered a devastating ransomware attack that affected hundreds of thousands of patients. Businesses lose millions, sometimes billions, to data breaches traced back to dark web activity. Governments have had classified intelligence leaked and sold to foreign actors, and ordinary people wake up one morning to find their bank accounts drained, their credit destroyed, or their identity used to commit crimes in their name. This is not abstract, this is real, and the victims are real people. Authorities around the world, the FBI, Europol, Interpol, and national cybercrime units, are actively working to dismantle dark web criminal networks, and sometimes they succeed spectacularly. Operation Anonymous in 2014 took down over 400 dark web sites in a single sweep. Alphabay, once the largest dark web marketplace in the world, was shut down in 2017. Hansa Market was infiltrated and monitored by Dutch police for weeks before being closed, capturing thousands of criminals in the process. But for every marketplace shut down, 2 more emerge. The challenges are immense. Criminals operate across multiple countries with different legal jurisdictions. Anonymity tools constantly evolve to stay ahead of tracking techniques. Cryptocurrencies make financial trails nearly impossible to follow. The sheer scale of dark web activity overwhelms investigative resources. It's a digital arms race, and it shows no signs of slowing down. Myths versus reality, setting the straight record. Myth: only criminals use the dark web. Reality: journalists, activists, and privacy advocates use it legally. Myth: accessing the dark web is illegal. Reality: using Tor is not illegal. What you do there determines legality. Myth: I'm safe because I've never been there. Reality: your data may already be on the dark web without your knowledge. Myth: law enforcement can't touch dark web criminals. Reality: multiple major operations have successfully dismantled networks. Myth: the dark web is impossible to monitor. Reality: authorities have successfully infiltrated and monitored dark web markets. The dark web is not a myth. It is not science fiction. It is a real, functioning underground economy operating in the shadows of the internet we use every day, and its effects ripple outward into our lives in ways most people never anticipate. But here's the empowering truth: awareness is your most powerful weapon. You don't need to be a cybersecurity expert to protect yourself. Start with the basics. Use strong, unique passwords for every account. Enable 2-factor authentication wherever possible. Check if your data has been compromised at haveibeenpawned.com. Be skeptical of unsolicited emails, links, and too-good-to-be-true offers. Keep your devices and software updated. The dark web thrives in ignorance. Every person who understands how it works and takes steps to protect themselves is one less victim. The best defense against the dark web is not fear, it's knowledge. Stay informed, stay alert, and stay safe.